The fog rolled down from the hills like a living thing, swallowing the trees and creeping across the cracked road that led to Waverly Hills Sanatorium. From a distance, the building looked majestic, a massive fortress of brick and stone standing high above the city of Louisville, Kentucky. But as you got closer, you could feel something different in the air, heavy, cold, as if the hill itself remembered every scream that had ever echoed through those walls. They built Waverly Hills in the early 1900s to fight the White Plague, tuberculosis. The disease spread through towns like wildfire, and no one was safe. Mothers buried their children, husbands buried their wives, and soon the hospitals overflowed. Waverly was meant to be a sanctuary, a place where the dying could breathe fresh mountain air and find a cure. But inside those white corridors, hope faded faster than life itself. The nurses did their best. They whispered prayers under their breath as they moved from bed to bed, adjusting oxygen tanks, wiping fevered brows, and pretending not to notice when the coughing stopped. Every day, the doctors told themselves they were helping. Every night, they watched another patient carried out under a white sheet. At first, the building was filled with the sounds of life, footsteps, laughter, the distant hum of medical machines. But soon, something else began to echo through the halls. Doors creaked open on their own, windows slammed shut without wind, and sometimes, in the dead of night, nurses swore they heard someone whispering their names from the dark corners of empty rooms. The patients noticed it too. They said the shadows moved when no one was there. They said they could feel someone watching them as they slept, cold breath against their necks, the faint brush of unseen hands. Some claimed to see figures standing by the windows, staring out into the fog, waiting. By the winter of 1926, the sanatorium had already claimed hundreds of lives. Outside, the snow fell thick and silent, covering the graves that dotted the hillside below. Inside, the air was heavy with the scent of bleach and decay. A nurse lit a candle and placed it by the bedside of a child who would not see the morning. Her hands trembled as the flame flickered. That night, the power went out. The halls went black. Only the sound of wind filled the silence until something else joined it. Footsteps. Slow, dragging footsteps moving down the hallway, too heavy to belong to the living. The nurse froze, clutching her candle. The flame sputtered, and for a split second, she saw something standing at the end of the corridor, a shape, human and not human, tall and still, watching. Then the light went out. The next morning, they found her candle still burning faintly on the floor beside an empty bed. No one ever saw her again. Waverly Hills had been built for healing, but by then, it had already started to feed on fear, on grief, on the souls of those who never left. And the hill grew darker with every breath that was taken, and every one that wasn't.